Hey everybody, my name is Brent Evans. I'm an economics professor here at Georgia College, and you're taking what I think is the most important class you can take. If you're interested in learning how to prepare for retirement, learning how to buy a house, how to live, really, this class provides incredible instructions for how to optimize your finances. So it's a class that you can really use. This is all going to be provided online. As you know, this course is an online course, and what we're effectively going to be using is YouTube videos, which I have pre-recorded, worksheets that are associated with the content that we have in this class, and then you'll be taking your quizzes and exams in GeorgiaView. So just running through this here, if you need to contact me, you can contact me via email. That's the easiest thing to do. If you do want to meet via a phone call or WebEx meeting, we can make that work as well. Course objectives, what we're going to be covering in this class is just about everything I think you need in personal finance. This is a 3-hour course that we're going to be covering in just 4 weeks. So basically what we would normally do in an entire semester, we're going to be covering in, I think, 18, 19 days, something like that. So every day in this class is like what a normal week would be during a general semester. So that means we got to move really quickly because I want to cover everything I think you need to manage your financial life. So things we'll be talking about here, stocks, bonds, investing in general, how to minimize taxes, how to buy a house, should you be renting a house, should you be buying a house. We're going to think about health insurance, Social Security, basically all the topics that you might need in personal finance to get you started. For most people, this will cover basically everything you really need, except for maybe, 5 to 10% that might be very specific to you. For example, let's say that you have a grandparent that leaves you $5 million. That's the kind of thing that I'm not really going to be covering in this class. But for things like where you should invest your money, how to use a 401k, how to use an IRA, these are all big picture ideas that all of you should be taking advantage of in the future. And I'm hoping that by taking this class, you'll not only improve your own ability to manage your finances, but also you'll become adequately skilled that you can help others. The required text, there's no text. Instead, I'm going to be using these YouTube videos that I mentioned before, and I also have worksheets that are associated with every YouTube video that we're going to have. So day 1, which has, I think, 2 videos, there'll be a worksheet that connects to that content. And what you should do is watch the video, complete the worksheet, or at least a portion of the worksheet, work on the stuff that you feel like is challenging you, and then you'll go complete the quiz. If you can do that, you should do well in this course. The only other thing you need, other than, good internet, and ability to watch videos, you need a calculator, something that has word wrap. And what I mean by that is it should have multiple lines of text or numbers so that you can deal with large numbers. So your calculator basically needs to have a big screen like a TI-83 would have. Cheating's a big deal. This is an online course, and I'm always worried about cheating. And I've kind of decided to simplify things a bit. For the quizzes, which you're going to have during the class, there's no such thing as cheating. You can do whatever you want. You can work together. You can ask friends. You can search for answers online. All that's totally fine. But for the exams, you can still use whatever resource you want. It's still open book, open note, but you cannot communicate with another person. And I have ways of dealing with that. I've got some tricks up my sleeve for identifying cheaters. I'm also going to be giving each of you an entirely different exam. So even if you try to cheat, it'd be pretty difficult. I've caught literally dozens of cheaters. I've caught people in this class. I caught a couple people last summer in this class that were cheating. So just don't try to do it. Not only will I catch you, but if you somehow slip through the cracks and I don't catch you, you're not going to get a lot of value out of it because, like I said, you're all taking different exams anyway. So don't cheat. There's a link to the YouTube videos there. These are really good videos, I think. I worked very hard on them. The only thing I can say negatively about them is that I recorded them either 2 or 3 years ago now. So some of the content's getting a little bit outdated, but it's really the more trivial matters that are becoming outdated. So for example, when I recorded these videos, I think the maximum contribution to a 401k was $19,000. Now it's $20,500. So there's these kind of little trivial facts that have changed over the last few years. And what I'll do is, rather than trying to re-record an entire video, which takes me hours and hours to do, I'll just, in my email, give you a little hint about the things that have changed since the video was recorded. For most videos, that's nothing. For most videos, nothing has changed. But in some cases, I might send you something and say, hey, this one value changed, or hey, this tax bracket changed a little bit. It's really small stuff, nothing too important. What to expect from me from this class? I think this is the most important class I teach, so I work really hard on it. I've really made an effort to learn as much as I possibly could in personal finance. I made a lot of financial mistakes along the way, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I have, because I think, I've made at least 6 figures worth of mistakes financially. And if you can follow what I teach you in this class and you can avoid the mistakes that I've made, you can retire in your 50s or maybe even in your 40s if you'd like. You can reach a millionaire status before you hit age 40, no problem. It's all about optimization. It's all about finding those free lunches out there. If you want to save $5,000, I can teach you a way to save $5,000 that avoids taxes and will generate the highest return you can possibly generate. So I think this is a really important class, and frankly, I take it very seriously. I probably take this one more seriously than any other class because I think it's the most important one that I teach. Course details, how this course is going to be set up. We're going to have 15 quizzes. Of those 15 quizzes, I'm going to drop 1. And so that means there's 14 quizzes that will count. I allow you to drop 1 basically because I know that, something might happen. You might lose electricity. Hell, you may just forget to take one of the quizzes, and I don't want you to get totally punished just for one mistake. So I do drop 1 quiz. That being said, if you miss a quiz for any other reason after that 1 quiz, there's nothing I can do about it. There are no late quizzes in this class. Most of the time, as soon as quizzes are due, I'm going to immediately grade them. And so that means answers and solutions, grades, they'll be posted most of the time within the hour that they are due. So if you contact me, at 8 o'clock the next morning and say, hey, can I make up this quiz? The answer is always going to be no, because the answers are already posted. And I need to be quick because you're working on a tight timeline in this class. So as a courtesy to you, I try to get things graded very fast so you can get quick feedback. We're also going to have exams, 2 exams. Just like the quizzes, these will take place on Georgia View. And I think this will make sense once you start the class. The quizzes are not going to be timed. Like I said, you can work together on them. There's no such thing as cheating. They'll just have a deadline. For the exams, there will be a time limit, 2.5 hours, something like that. And then I'll give you a 48-hour window, or maybe even longer than that, to decide when you're going to take it. So there's a bit of flexibility, but you do have to stay on top of things because we essentially have an assignment due every weeknight in this class. The comprehensive nature of this course, I just want to make note that this course is fully comprehensive. And what that means is the material from day 1, we will still be using it at the end of the semester. And that might sound tricky, but it's really not. We're trying to build our personal finance skills. So something like how the stock market works, you need that for the entire semester. How to solve for future value. These are topics that you need now and you'll need next year, and you'll need them when you're 70 years old. So the class has to be comprehensive, really, because I have to keep calling back on these main ideas. Here's our schedule. All right, the first bit of content is due July 5th. I've already got the quiz posted, and I lied to you before. There are 3 videos here, so the first 3 videos come from the Time Value of Money series, and I've got these labeled in YouTube, so they should be pretty clear of how to watch these videos and which specific videos you should be viewing. And you can see what we're going to do is we're going to do a quiz every night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stay 1 day ahead with the quizzes. So for the very first quiz, I'll go ahead and have both of those posted so that you can go and take them if you want. I know some of you are working or you got busy schedules or something, and I give you the ability, if you want, to work every other day. So on Monday, you could do the first 2 quizzes if you wanted. On Tuesday, you could do the first 2 quizzes if you wanted. And then on Thursday, you could do the next 2 quizzes if you wanted. So basically, the next day's material will always be posted so that you can work 1 day ahead if you'd like. Now, I've had some students in the past say, why don't you just go ahead and post the entire class? Why not just go ahead and let us do the whole thing? That is not a good strategy, and the reason is, if you make a mistake on this first video and then you work like 4 or 5 videos ahead, what's going to happen is you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, because the time value of money, the basics of income taxes, you're going to use those for the entire semester. So I need to give you feedback. I allow you to work one day ahead just as a courtesy to you, but I'm not going to make any additional videos or any additional quizzes posted beyond that, because I need you to learn from your mistakes so that you don't struggle in this class. And if you're curious about the schedule, you know, and how this is set up, basically, we have got 15 quizzes, right? So 15 quizzes here. That is what I would do during a normal semester. And we've got 2 exams. Normally I have 3 exams during a normal semester. And so basically what I've done is I've copied essentially the same content that I would in a normal semester, and I've shrunk it down into just these 4 weeks. So you can see here, we've got, what is this, 18 days. 18 days to cover an entire semester. So you need to be prepared to dive in for a few hours every single day. You know, 3 hours a day for 18 classes, that's 54 hours. That's way less than you would spend in a normal class. And it's going to take at least that much to perform well in this course. And trust me, it's worth it. If you work hard in this class, trust me, this is going to be worth 6 figures to you in terms of the mistakes that you won't make when you're young. And making financial mistakes when you're young is the worst time to make them, as it turns out, because you've got a lot of years for any mistakes to grow exponentially. Okay, so that's going to be our schedule. I'd like you to read this. This is success for this course, some things that I think you should do, and I look forward to it. I hope you guys enjoy the class. Stay in contact with me. Send me emails. There's my email address there. If you ever have any questions, let me know. I try to respond to emails a few times every day, and I think you'll really enjoy the class. Best of luck to you.